Hallo, ich heiße Juliane and I would like to share with you what some of my lovely students said about my online German course.
I think that had I not found German to Go, I would have been jumping from app to app to app and getting bits and pieces of everything and none of it in a systematic method.
And I looked at all kinds of possibilities online to find YouTube and online platforms. I've done apps, and I find this the most effective, most satisfying, encouraging, motivating program out there, be it for, even among the other languages I found, I did not find anything like this.
It's helping me learn German much better than the other places that I've gone to before.
I've been to about, I think, 18 language schools. I have a university degree in French. I've lived over here for, 15 years. And I had some really good teachers. But this is the absolute best way I've ever seen to learn language.
GermanToGo is the best for me.
German to Go covers all the bases with the grammar, giving you the grammar in bite-sized chunks so you can digest it and use it. It covers all the language skills, speaking, listening, reading, writing.
For someone who likes to know everything properly, this is an excellent course to go to. It gives you a proper feel of the language, like you have all of the four components.
With Juliana, it's the variety of topics that she brings to us, and it's very modern.
Everything is complete in there. It's not just going into an app and how do you say I eat bread? Oh, ich esse Brot. The applications are just like that. They're so simple. And
a lot of other software packages looked at saying good morning and good evening and may I have a beer or can I have a schnitzel? And that's great, but it doesn't really allow you to construct and have, conversations.
Even if you're reading watching films, having conversation with other people, you need somebody guiding you.
With German to Go, I don't have to organize it myself. It's already been done. I don't need to go out and look at different materials and should I learn this first or that first or what makes sense. I don't have to remember to come back and review things because Juliana's already done that for me.
You don't have to Google around and search and look yourself.
The video content is really very easy to understand. She explains everything very simply in a manner that though there's no physical teacher, but then you do not feel the absence of a physical teacher there.
What I think is important with German to Go is that Juliana mixes up the grammar lessons with other things, like listening and the interviews, the videos with her friends, with music videos, with stories, with culture, with travel. So you're sort of getting fed bits of grammar, which are super important, along with other things.
The volume and variety of material that are on the website and is incredible to me. I mean, there's listening practice, which is one of my favorite areas these days. There's a German poetry section, which I found very interesting and enjoyable. And Juliana helped me tremendously when I read through those poems. There's short stories and short videos. And now there's the speaking practice, which is really, really good.
There is such a variety of exercises and topics that it never becomes boring. It's kind of fun. You never know what is around the next corner.
And she's given the students all the tools they need to become fluent, step by step to fluent German, which is brilliant. So yeah.
The videos of Juliana are so interesting, and she tries to create good examples, interesting and practice examples for your daily life, and this is very important.
How to ask for an appointment at the doctor's office, or it could be asking directions in a city, or it could be opening an account at the bank, or how to borrow books. It's very day-to-day things to be done.
So all are these particular real life examples that Juliana has introduced in her course in a very practical manner.
You get stuff that you normally don't see in another normal textbook. You talk about food, you talk about travel, you talk about everyday life. It just makes it very relatable.
And she has a way to bring all of that in simple and interesting lessons. From one lesson to the next, it's like, oh, this is very interesting.
What also motivates me about keep going is the various topics. It makes you feel like you are in Germany, and I think it's a very, very well tool to motivate someone to learn and to know about the country that he wants to go to visit and to live in.
You get full support, you get a ton of exercises, you get grammar lessons, you get videos, you get modern and kind of old German culture all in there. You have the option to mix with people and speak.
I think she have combined every aspect on the German language and put it in one place.
It's online. You can do it anytime, anywhere. I eat breakfast and I'm doing GermanToGo. You can do it in the train when you commute to work. You can do it in the evening. You can do it on a business trip. You can do it anytime.
Early in the morning or late in the night. When I'm awake, I can do the course with Julian.
You have your German school in your living room.
But if I were going to go do a video lesson, I basically go to a video and I would see Juliana, whatever she's focusing on is written in words to the side of her using colors to help focus you on what the key points are.
The videos are interactive in two senses. She provides like enough pauses in the video when you're trying to do an exercise. So there's enough opportunity for you to say out your answers aloud.
What she would tell you is, okay, think about it, pause the video, answer it, say the words, just don't say it in your head.
There's always a time where Julian asks you to repeat the thing or answer the thing. And she waits. She says, okay.
And then she will say what the correct answer is.
And oftentimes, especially in the beginning, she'll say it twice so you can get it.
And it's so perfectly spaced. It feels very interactive. Even though it's video, it feels very interactive, which is nice.
And the second particular thing about the interaction is obviously the comments part of it.
The premium membership or the full membership is where one can put in their written comments and also at the same time send in their homework.
The comment section is not your standard internet social media comment section. It's not, hey, I love it, thumbs up, heart, smiley face. No, it can be that, but what it really is Juliana asking for Hausaufgabe, so your homework from the lesson, specific homework that she gives you. You can write it down in the comment section. She'll correct it super fast. Or if you have a question from the lesson that wasn't answered, you can also ask your question there. And again, she answers super fast.
If you don't understand something, you can watch the video again and you can ask her questions if there's something you're not sure about.
Many of the videos of Juliana end up, okay, write me in the comment section if you have any other suggestions or any other examples or any questions or anything like that.
She answers me as clearly and basically as possible so as not to confuse. She knows her students, which is amazing. She knows us and she seems to know how to respond to each individual so they get it.
Or you can even see what the other students don't understand.
There is a great learning that also comes from the questions that other students are putting.
Very often you already find the answer for your question because there was somebody before you who already asked this question for you. So you immediately get your question answered.
I always read the other students' questions and Juliana's responses to those because you can learn as much from other people's questions as from your own, I found, and that's always an option because those questions are there for you to use and learn from. People think of things that you don't and ask questions about things that haven't occurred to you.
I have a lot of questions, but not because anything is not clear. Just because I want to do more exercises, or I ask myself, I wonder why is that correct or not? And I ask Juliana, and she's always very kind, and she's always answering very fast.
I've never had her get back to me more than 24 hours.
You're not going on to the next lesson without thoroughly understanding what you've just been taught. So you don't have any doubts that you take on to the next, because everything builds on everything. And if you're building on something sort of shaky, the next thing becomes even more shaky until it all sort of topples down and you get frustrated and you're more likely to stop. This way you understand each step and then you move on and you feel like you have a really solid foundation to use in your everyday life, which is super important.
It's actually helped me remarkably because the thing is, when you're reading other people's comments and when you actually have to use your own brain to write it, it's a world of a difference. So you think you know the lesson, but once you sit down to write the answers, that's when you actually realize what are the pitfalls or what are the hurdles that you have.
I have to honestly say, at the beginning, I really hated it. It was so difficult for me to write. It took me a long time, but later on it became easier and more natural, and actually now I actually enjoying it.
When I used to write, I used to make a lot of mistakes, and my paragraph used to be like all bold in the response from Juliana. All my friends, those who know German, I try and write to them on WhatsApp in German itself. I'm very happy to say that whenever I write, they always come back and ask me that, Shrubi, you write so well. How do you do that? From which institute have you learned the language? And when this particular appreciation comes from your own friends, it really makes you proud and it gives you confidence that, yeah, you have actually learned the language from the right person.
I cannot overstate how important and useful the homework is. This is so unique for this program. I've never seen anything like it. It's, you know, watching the lesson and even going along and seeing answers that are already provided to you is one thing, but then trying to do it on your own in sentences that you'd actually use in your daily life and then getting corrections on that, it's gold.
You get all the material in a PDF form that you can download and have it with you wherever you go.
You usually get a worksheet that is blank and then one that has the answers, which is great for coming back to later.
So I really like the fact that she gives a worksheet with every lesson.
Her PDFs are very well structured, color-coded, where you can pick up important aspects of a lesson because the color draws the attention. To me, this is very interesting.
So I hear the video and then I read the PDF. And this is a very powerful tool if you are learning a language.
Having those fillable worksheets is something that I really enjoyed.
Under every video, there is a lot of words that you will find on the video. And these words are with native German pronunciation, with Juliana's voice.
And you can bookmark any vocab words you might want to come back to.
I think the audio was very useful, to understand how words are pronounced.
So I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it, I'm saying it, and I'm writing it. And I know that for language learning, the more senses you use, the more it sticks.
Each video lesson is tremendous, and there's a variety of those. Some are kind of a lecture format with exercises. Others are stories.
GermanToGo helps me improve my exposure to German.
You have interviews with native speakers.
I like the interviews. I've always enjoyed the interviews.
Juliana always interview many people from Germany,
which is really important to listen to for developing that listening comprehension skill. because they speak in a normal tone, in a normal pace, with background noise, all the things you really have to adapt to in real life.
So I don't get to hear a lot of German speakers around me. So when I hear them, I actually come to know, okay, this is what I need to focus on.
And when you hear them out, you actually tend to get to know how in real life the people out there in Germany speak. Your ears get trained to the pronunciations, to the dialects.
Juliana's put a section up about the German dialects, and I found that very interesting. And
there's music, videos, like she'll have current music videos.
The music, it's like the easy part of the learning, and it's something that gets really stuck in my mind. I don't know, I hear things and those get really inside my mind.
Everyone learns in different ways as well. So I think the beauty of Juliana's course is that she offers you different ways to learn, you know, and whether that's by listening or by watching her videos or by looking at her grammar cards. She's got an offering that helps everyone.
You can bookmark the lessons where especially some difficult topics are explained, or where I have struggled with the exercise, so the exercise was really good, and so I can go back to those bookmarked lessons, and I can repeat, I can refresh the topics.
You get all these small exercises and mini tests in the end of each chapter, and it basically shows you what you've learned so far, what you're supposed to have learned so far, and how well you're doing.
GermanToGo is unique in that the personal touch is unbelievable. You would think with an online program where everything is pre-recorded or PDFs that you can download, that you'd be alone and you would have no support. Some programs that I tried are like that.
What makes GermanToGo unique is Juliana.
It feels like you have a private teacher.
Juliana is probably the best teacher I've had so far.
That is because she knows what she does. She loves what she does, and she can transmit it to you.
I like to invite Juliana in my living room and to do GermanToGo. It's really fun. It's like she's here. It really feels natural. It's not interactive, but it is interactive, and I really enjoy to do GermanToGo.
She oozes confidence. It's obvious that she's been doing this for quite a while now, and she has a lot of experience. And she knows how to present the difficult parts in a way that doesn't put you off or scare you away.
The more I learn with her, the more I discover how clever her teaching skills are. I really enjoy following Juliana's lessons because she is calm. Her diction is impeccable. Very, very precise. And when we're learning a language, we need precision in how to pronounce words.
Juliana is a 5-star teacher.
She's an expert at what she does. I mean, I totally trust that she's going to get me to, from A to Z, everything I need, and I don't need to worry.
I think she comes across clear. She comes across concise. She feels really approachable, which is good. She also feels empathetic toward the students.
She has a passion for teaching language. I mean, that's clear, and she enjoys it. She's having fun herself. She's always positive, always has a smile.
Even though it's a video course and it's not live, you feel like you're really welcome there, and it's going to be a great experience, which it always is.
I feel like she is my friend. I feel like I know her and she knows me, even though I've really never met her.
And even in correcting your mistakes, she's very pleasant and motivating.
So she's just very, very patient. She's very nice about things, and she's just very encouraging, which is a great quality to have for a teacher.
She cares so much about her students. She just wants us all to do well, and she tries different things to encourage people And I really like that.
So that's very helpful in staying motivated and not too frustrated.
The speaking skill is a very well introduced in German2Go also.
Right now, there's 2 ways to practice your speaking on German2Go.
Luckily, Juliana is having this live speaking sessions that you can subscribe to. You can get a session with the teacher in a small group setting.
This is an additional cost, but it is very, very, very affordable. And you get so much out of it.
She knows what we've been learning, and she can structure her questions to get us to practice what we're trying to learn. And I found that really fun.
And it's not just that you are speaking in those sessions, but the teacher present in the session will also correct where you are making mistakes. In case you're not able to remember any vocabulary or frame your sentence properly, the teacher there is to assist you, to help you build that confidence in speaking the right language with the right set of rules and the vocabulary.
They really give you an opportunity to learn on a specific topic, which is great, and practice a specific thing, a specific grammar point, or even a cultural point or a topic, which is always really helpful. And you get vocabulary around that. And that's really interesting too.
It's a very good opportunity for any beginner as well who is starting with Juliana's course.
It gives you a chance to start thinking about how you would say things and trying to actually say it.
Plus, having the other students on there, some are really, really fun, amazing people. It's like making friends.
And there's also the Saturday conversations where you get like more free conversations where we can connect all the day with the other students and speak.
It's no teacher. Juliana's not there.
I feel this is a very good opportunity for students to come and you can interact with other fellow students.
Students can get together online without a teacher and just attempt to converse in German. And that's really cool. I mean, there's people from all over the world. So it's fun with the different peoples and different nationalities.
That I've always enjoyed. Each time I enter the Zoom room, and it's like, who will be there today?
We don't talk about any particular subject. It's like, oh, how's the weather there? Oh, how's your garden from my friend from Canada? Or how is your professional interest from my friend from Turkey?
So you can talk about your country, you can talk about your culture, about your geography in your country.
And okay, we're having discussion about science. Other times it will be more about philosophy. And each time I walk away thinking to myself, well, I know a lot more than I thought about German.
Helps you to come out from your shell and to just speak out and to not to be afraid to speak, to make mistakes.
And when you start speaking with someone is when you realize what are your mistakes and your brain actually starts processing things. So yeah, it was very helpful, the speaking sessions. One must do the speaking sessions.
I've always enjoyed meeting people of different levels. Sometimes I feel I'm the guide. Other times it's somebody else who's the guide of the conversation.
Everybody was encouraging each other to speak.
What is good is that they can correct you. For example, I say, I don't know how to say this word. I don't know how to say homework. And they say, oh, House of God. Ah, yeah, that was. And it's like they compliment, you find them also motivated. And most important, their rise of friendship.
It's really uplifting to be around all these people from different countries, different political systems, different languages, different religions, and we all help each other out because we just want to learn German.
So you actually become like a closed community, a closed family of German2Go.
There's no question that German2Go builds a sense of family and community amongst the students.
I have used different books or different models or different programs to learn German, but I have never seen grammar so clearly explained and well explained that everybody, I'm sure everybody can understand it. It's really well done.
It's the best course I've come across that explains the German grammar in depth. It's very detailed. It's got great attention to detail, and I've been very impressed.
From day one, it facilitates kind of the learning of the grammar in parallel with learning of words and sentence construction. It just seems extremely natural.
Each video builds on the other.
Juliana makes grammar accessible by giving it to you in these bite-sized pieces, and again, making sure you understood the previous concept before you go on to the next concept. And that builds the house solid.
Bits by bits, it's presented to you until you consume it all.
She stopped and she explained different things and with a lot of examples, and this is very useful for me.
I'm a person who likes to know everything in detail. So the other applications or the tutor that I studied with earlier, they used to just go on a superficial level, and Juliana went into it in a much deeper level.
But it's not stressful.
I found that the challenging components were challenging to the right degree. They challenged me and pushed my boundaries without making me totally exhausted and dreading doing another lesson.
Juliana just sorts it out for you, so you don't have to put in much of effort by yourself. She basically spoon feeds you.
And it was quite easy for me to really get the sense of the language as I moved ahead with my course.
In her lessons, a lot of the times that she'll say, we're learning this today, it's a bigger picture, but it's okay, you'll get it. And I believe her. And as you go along, you realize she's right, you will get it.
GermanToGo is very unique in the way that the course is built. It's very progressive. There's a lot of reviews, and we don't have to worry about remembering everything by heart after one lesson, because with the experience, I know it will reappear down the road in a different way of being presented. And oh, now I remember it.
For me, repetition is the key for mastering, and you get a lot of it in GermanToGo, which I appreciate a lot.
In some other programs, you repeat the lesson once, and if you didn't learn the lesson there, you're lost. But with Juliana, you repeat the lesson here, and you repeat the lesson here, and the lesson here, and so if you couldn't understand fully the lesson here, you're going to repeat it, and that way it gets into your mind in the long-term memory by repeating it many times.
With Juliana, it's very good to learn because you can have the theory and you can practice in different ways the theory you have learned. For example, you can learn a song, you can hear a song, you can do make an exercise, you can do different things. You don't have just the theory in your mind, you can apply your concepts.
You think to yourself, oh my God, I should know that. We've learned that and I forgot it. Oh my gosh. And then you get over it again. And next time you stumble over it, you say, oh, I know this one already. This one I had problems with, but I got it right.
You don't forget the important things that you have.
This is not going to be a situation where you take 2 college semesters or 2 years of a college language course and still not be able to speak the language. With GermanToGo, you will be able to accomplish that.
People usually think grammar, oh my God, irregular verbs. Well, I didn't find that here at all.
It automatically comes to your tongue. You do not have to force yourself. You do not have to force your brain towards thinking for the structure a lot and then speaking them.
A lot of times I'm speaking and it just comes out right.
I didn't know about the nominative, accusative, and the dative. I was amazed. I didn't really understand it at all at first, but it just got easier over time, and now I'm more confident.
To me, I consider it giving your brain a break, letting your brain process what you've learned but then you come back to it. And after about the second or third review, you'll really start to get it. And what was so foreign and strange in the accusative case before will become second nature later on.
Before I just sort of think, I'm not going to bother with the ending. Now I'm very proud of the ending because I know it's right.
I'm proud of that I mastered difficult concepts, particularly with the German grammar. 9 out of 10 times I would get the correct casus. Should be dative, should be accusative. 9 out of 10 times I get it right.
We know the rules on the ground now, and we can use them very easily.
I was always disastrous to studying. I was a nightmare studying. I was hopeless studying languages, really hopeless. With GermanToGo, I finally see progress with my German.
At the beginning, in my first lesson, it was like I was a caveman that could only say, "Hallo, danke, my name is David," and no more, and that is frustrating. But with the time, more words came, and I could use those words. When you get the words and use them, you get like motivated, and your progress is there.
To all the fellow students, I would like to say that in order that you feel proud someday, you know, after the number of the dedicated days of your learning the language, you should be disciplined, and you should have the patience, the discipline of learning the language every day, and the patience that, yeah, someday, one day, I will be able to read and I will be able to speak to the German people here in the way it is supposed to be.
I've seen a huge change in these little interactions.
I was not able to understand almost anything of Dutch, but now I'm able to understand the TV, some programs, the Nachrichten, the news on TV, and I'm able to understand the radio, and I'm able to understand people also in the supermarket or in the dentist. I can set an appointment for the doctor.
What I've learned with GermanToGo, not only with the grammar and going through the video exercises, but all the speaking opportunities that we have, has made a huge difference in how I feel. And it has reduced my daily stress in my life enormously. And I am so grateful for that.
I feel more confident of living here. I do not have any fear now of going out and speaking with people.
I'm not running away from the people on the street when they ask for directions. GermanToGo gives you confidence. Yeah.
Since I've begun my study with Juliana, I have seen my conversation with my German friend change and improve. I've progressed now to the point where we can talk about a variety of topics.
I'm really communicating, which is lovely.
I feel proud of myself now.
I started to like to learn German.
It's so much fun. I'm just loving it, seeing the progress and feeling I'm proud of myself. I speak German. Go me.
When I started, I didn't know how far I would go into learning German. It was always a dream since I was a kid to learn German. And I've gone way, way, way beyond my dreams. And I now consider myself being a polyglot. And that's what I'm most proud of.
This program let me do what seemed almost impossible. Like, who learns German? Like, that is such a hard language. Why are you doing this? It's hard to explain to someone because I like it. It's fun. It's satisfying.
The fact that I've actually got myself to stick with it this long, I give Juliana a lot of the credit for that, just because she makes her class so interesting and fun. So without that, you know, I'd have probably given it up a long time ago.
Juliana has a message saying, you know, doing a lesson a day at least, you know, it's amazing what results you get, which is, you know, it's true.
I think what's good with GermanToGo is that you have a way to visually see your progress.
Juliana has tools, a calendar that shows the lessons that you do each month. So there is a record, automatically kept if you check each lesson complete as you complete it. That does show that you're being consistent and that you're making progress.
Ticking the lessons off, it helps just to increase your confidence, and it's great. It's a great feeling,
When you think you want to give up this day, I just remember that it's just half an hour, and this motivates you to study.
Maybe there's 3 lessons for one day, but in total it takes maybe 30 minutes. You don't have to do all 3 of them in one fell swoop. You can do just one little part if you only have a little time, or you can do more than that if you have more time.
You can do them in between 20 and 30 minutes, and that's quite nice for someone that's really busy. If I don't have an hour or 2 hours to sit down in one block to do it.
And this is not too much. Maybe sometimes I need more.
It's motivating. It's like you want to have another lesson, another lesson.
I'm always looking forward to go ahead.
I found that if I have a large block of time, I could easily do 3 or 4 hours in one sitting, which is something that you can't do with most instructors. So I feel that the way that it's broken up and incremented into different tasks works extremely well.
I think people should give it a try, and they will be very, very surprised if they put some effort into it. They will learn a lot more than they ever imagined they could.
I've told people, go to GermanToGo. Use it as your main method, your core method, to get all the grammar rules that you need. And then you can supplement it with live classes, with tutoring, with software apps, with mobile apps. But start with GermanToGo so you get the core and you understand what's going on and the order that you need to learn it in. You will get it in a routine, systematic way. You won't be jumping all over the place, and the price is unbeatable. Compared to a lot of other things that are out there, you get so much more.
As a whole, I'm just blown away with what you get for the money.
It's been fantastic. Yeah.
I'm really glad. I'm really happy that I have started with GermanToGo.
Just do the 7-day free trial. Take advantage of that, utilize it, and then you'll see why we are also excited about it.